And we are recording. Hi, Eleanor.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay. We talked for a bit on the phone. My name's Kathy. I'm the psychiatric nurse practitioner that's going to be working with you. I'm going to ask you some questions today, if that's okay with you. And it's going to help me to get to know you better. If I ask you any questions and you're uncomfortable with what I'm asking you, or you don't feel comfortable with where the conversation's going, just let me know, because my intention today is not to make you more anxious or upset. So in this series of questions, it will help me to learn more about your problems, help me learn more about you, and then I can help you better. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, good. So how old are you, Eleanor?
What's it,
72. So you're 72. Okay.
Sometimes.
Sure. We all do. What brings you in today, Eleanor?
Well, my primary care doctor sent me in. He thinks that my anxiety is getting worse, and I've been on lorazepam for a long, long time, and it doesn't seem to be working as much as it used to. So he thinks I need therapy, and I'm not really sure why, but I figured I'd give it a chance.
Okay. Have you ever had therapy before, Eleanor?
No, ma'am.
How do you feel about therapy?
I'm not really sure. All I know about it is like in the movies, and you don't have me lying down on a sofa, so
You
I'm not
can
really
lie
sure.
down if you want to.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yes.
So,
Are you nervous about it, or you have questions about it?
I am nervous. I'm not one to talk a whole lot.
Okay.
And there are just so many things going on in my head that I'm never really sure I can get it out right. So I don't know, but we'll give it a try.
Okay. Can you tell me more about your anxiety?
It's just part of me. It's just something I've done just all the time. I just worry. I worry about my children. I worry about my grandchildren. I just worry. Am I going to get the right groceries today? What if I go to the store and do all that, and there's a recipe I want to make, and I didn't get what I wanted? And so I just worry about things.
Right. You're a worrier. You worry about your worrying, right?
Yeah. But my mom was a worrier. She worried a lot. I just remember, like, when we went to the store, she was just always telling us to be aware of our surroundings, and what is that man gonna do, and hold my hand, don't run out in front of the car. So she was always a worrier too.
Is there anything in particular going on that is making you worry more, that you don't, that could be a reason for your medication not helping you anymore?
That may be. I'm really worried about my grandson.
And what's going on with him?
Well, my daughter recently told me that he's using heroin.
Oh.
And I understand that's a bad drug. So I just worry about the people he's with, and is he going to die? That would be terrible, and I don't know how my daughter would handle it, so I worry about that. And it just really concerns me. I lose sleep at night. I can't. I'm just thinking all the time, what's he doing? Is he safe? Is he going to get arrested? Is he what's going on?
That's sad. It's a problem now. It's an epidemic in our country. That's very sad. When did you find out about this?
It's been maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. And you noticed an increase in your anxiety after you heard that?
And I don't get updates from my daughter, so I don't know if he's safe. I don't know, has he moved back in the house, or and I only see him when he wants to borrow money.
Oh.
Yeah.
And can you tell me how the anxiety, how it makes you feel, or how it affects your life?
It just makes me more jittery. I've been picking at my nails. I don't sleep. I just pacing. I'm restless. Trying to keep my mind busy. I do my gardening and try to stay busy, but at the same time, when I'm gardening, I'm by myself, and so I have more time to think. So I'm not sure that that's helping.
Mhm.
I do go to the senior center and have some activities there and a few friends there, but they don't understand. They they just don't get it. They don't understand why I worry so much. And it's not like my grandson's very close to me, but he's my family, so I just don't talk about it with them anymore.
Are you sleeping at all, Eleanor?
I have a hard time going to sleep, and then I might sleep 2 hours, and then I'm up, and I have to get up and move around and check the doors, and then I try to go back to sleep, and it's just kind of an all night thing, up and down.
Can you tell me a little bit about your at-home family who's with you?
My husband, and
Mhm.
we've been married 42 years, so he kind of keeps to himself, and he thinks I shouldn't worry, and but I always have. So he knew this about me before, and that was why I started the medicine to begin with. Um, I take that 3 times a day, most days, really probably every day. Um, so he's here, and I have 2 dogs. Um, that's all that's in our house right now. All
What
my
do you,
kids are gone.
how old are your children?
Um, let's see. My oldest is 35. Um, no, he's my youngest. Um, so 35, 37, and 38. The first two were very close together.
Mhm. Do they live close by?
My daughter does. My 2 sons don't. And they're busy with their careers and everything. One lives near Washington, D.C., and he's into politics or something. I don't know. And the other one, where is he? He's in North Carolina. He works in the medical field, but he's not a doctor. A physician's assistant, maybe. Maybe that's it. I think that's what he does. Yeah. So
And
my boys are far away.
yeah. And can you tell me, do you have sisters or anybody else that you have as a network of people that you talk to, or any other family?
I have an older sister. She died 4 or 5 years ago, and I really miss her because I was able to talk to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. I'm going to take a few notes. Is that okay with you? Because I forget things. That's okay.
Okay.
Okay. Can you remember back exactly why you were started on the medication that you're on?
Gosh, it was like 30 years ago. And let's see, my kids were approaching teenage years. And I just mentioned to my primary doctor that I just get anxious about things, and that I always have, and he's like, well, this medication could help. And for a while it did, and I just keep taking it hoping it's going to help more than it does.
And did it help you at all with your anxiety?
It did for several years,
Mhm.
but it just kind of I think I got used to it. I think I got immune to it.
Really? And did you always have to take 3 a day, or is that a new thing?
I've done that for years. I think I started out at 1 or 2 as I needed it, and he increased it to 3, and it's still supposed to be just as I need it, but I need it every day. It doesn't help me sleep like it used to, so, and I don't know that I'm afraid to go off of it because, oh
Right.
my goodness, what would I be like without it? I'm already this nervous, so I don't know.
That's a good thing. Let's not do that. Do you does it make do you ever have to take more than the 3? Do you ever get anxious and take more?
Yeah, if it's a really bad day, sometimes I'll take 4.
And
Yeah.
how many will you take on a really bad day?
I try to keep it at 4. Sometimes it's 5. So yeah, um, and sometimes I take those 2 together because I need a stronger dose, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, sometimes it's more. So I try to take less on the days that aren't so bad. There's just more bad days now than there are good days.
Okay. Are you running out of them when it comes time for you to get them?
I try to ration them over the last week of the month. I try to make them last, but that's hard.
Yes. Well, you said that you'd never been in therapy before. When you were started on the medication, did the doctor diagnose you with anything, or have you ever been hospitalized for anything like this?
No,
Or?
no, he just said I'm just a nervous Nelly.
Oh, and he gave you these pills. Okay. What about your family? Do you have anybody in your family that has any history of a psychiatric problem?
I think I had an uncle. I think it was bipolar. I think, and he was in the hospital for many, many years. They just never could get him quite right. My grandmother, I would say, was depressed. I don't know that she knew a diagnosis, but she was just in the bed a lot. And now that I know a little more about depression, the news helps with all that. And it's much more informative than it used to be. And so I would say my grandmother was probably depressed.
What about, do you drink at all? Any substances, Eleanor? Do you drink alcohol, or?
I might have a glass of wine once a month, maybe. Not often.
Just once a month. And what about your husband? Does he or anyone in your family have a problem with alcohol or any substances, drugs?
Well, my husband likes his beer every night. He drinks 2 or 3 when he doesn't work anymore, but after he gets home from whatever he's doing, yeah, he'll sit down in his recliner and have 2 or 3 beers each night. It helps relax him. Maybe that's why he's not as nervous as I am. But yeah, that's, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Just a couple every night. So.
And you don't feel that's too much, and he's okay? He can handle that?
Yeah, it kind of mellows him out, actually. Otherwise, he sometimes get frustrated with how nervous I am and just gets impatient with it. And so I let him have his beers so that he's a little bit nicer. So, yeah.
Do you wish that he didn't drink the beer?
Sometimes I don't want him to get addicted or have a problem with it. I hear more about addictions and being an alcoholic, and then my grandson and this heroin, and then it makes me wonder what are my other grandchildren exposed to. And I know I don't hear everything from my daughter. She doesn't want to upset me or worry me.
Sure.
But the reason she told me was that she didn't want me to give him any more money. And of course, I didn't know what he was using it for. Sometimes he just tells me how bad off he is, and that he just needs a little bit more. So sometimes I give him a little more, and then I worry, what is he doing with that money? Right?
Sure. Eleanor, what do you see me? How can I help you? We need to just talk about where we're going to go with your treatment, and how do you see me helping you?
Well, so far it's been very nice talking to you, and I don't get to say these things out loud. So I like that. And maybe help me find another way to deal with my anxiety rather than just the medicine. And I hear those can be addictive. So I don't want to get addicted to them. So maybe therapy can help me.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm going to just ask you a few questions about your medical history. And I might come back to more questions about this anxiety as we talk. But, and if we don't finish everything today, I'm planning on trying to schedule an appointment with you next week, if that works in your schedule.
Okay.
And we can finish up this introductory meeting then. Do you have any, so this is part of, you've never been diagnosed with depression or anxiety or anything that you would consider as like a psychiatric illness?
Well, my doctor recently was telling me he thinks I have anxiety.
Okay.
So that's why he sent me to you. But, I mean, I'm not usually sad, just more worried. I have my crying spells, but I think every woman does.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's it.
How's your physical health, Eleanor?
Well, being 72, other than my memory, oh my goodness. And I've had some heart problems, but I'm on medicine for that. So I think that's under control. My legs swell up and things like that, but I don't think that's very serious.
Do you know what kind of heart problems you had?
Well, they did a catheterization, I think, because I was having chest pain, and sometimes I have a hard time catching my breath, and then I just get more and more anxious about it, and then it just makes all that pain worse. So they just gave me something to regulate my heart rate and just to keep my heart working strongly as much as possible.
Do you
So
know?
I try not to worry about that, but it's there.
If you don't remember the name, it's okay. But do you remember the name and what dose you take? Don't worry if you don't. You can look it up and tell me next week.
Yeah, it starts with a C. Yeah, I'll look it up when I get home.
Yeah, maybe next week when you come in, you could bring me a list of all the medications you take. And maybe if you take any vitamins or any over-the-counter drugs or any nutritional supplements or herbs, you could list those as well. That would all be helpful to me.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit more about the swelling in your legs.
It happens mostly when I'm on my feet, if it's a holiday and I'm cooking a lot. It's not all the time, and it does get better when I put my feet up. So I just try to remember to take breaks, but sometimes I just got to stay busy to keep my mind from doing what it does. So, and then I just stay up too long.
Eleanor, you mentioned that you're having trouble with your memory. Can you tell me a little more about that?
Well, I wasn't a great student. And I think, it's just always losing my homework or just couldn't keep things together. And it just seems like, of course, the older I get, it happens to everybody. So the older I get, I'm more forgetful. Sometimes I'll miss my turn when I'm driving, or leave my purse or my wallet at home. And one time, I guess it was 2 months ago, I think I locked myself out of the house. I was so embarrassed. Oh, what else? It just, it's just getting older. I think that's all it is.
Okay, thank you for telling me that. I think we're gonna finish up because of time constraints, Eleanor. I'm gonna give you my contact information so that if anything happens during the week or you need to see me before our appointment next week, you can contact me and I'll get back to you. Do you have any questions for me so far, Eleanor?
Yeah, I just don't know where all this is going to go, but I'm hopeful. So, is there anything you want me to do this week?
Get the list of your medications together.
Okay.
Think about what we talked about, and maybe if you can add to that.
Okay.
And when you said you don't know where all this is going, where it's going is I'm going to learn as much as I can about you, and then together we're going to come up with some tools that maybe you can use that can help you to calm down and relax a little bit more. We'll talk later about maybe meditating or support groups, and there's lots of other things. And then maybe you might need some sort of an additional medication instead of taking more of the medication you're on for your anxiety. So we'll talk about those. But at this point, I'd like to just get to know you better and just talk to you about what's going on.
You've been very nice, and like I said, it's been really nice to get some of this out, just
Good.
because my husband doesn't want to hear it. He's
Sure. Yes.
tired. He feels like I complain a lot. So
Right. Okay. I'm here to help you, and we can work together to come up with a plan on how to make you feel better.
okay,
Okay? It was nice to meet you, Eleanor.
nice to meet you. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to switch? Do you want to be the therapist now?
Should we do it in the same?
I think we have time. Do you want me to stop?
Yeah,
Stop. Okay.
I think.